There's no real rules to it.
Is there?
You just do it.
We can set this like over here. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did Sarah tell you that they're going to Disney World this summer?
No.
Oh,
She
sorry.
got a over $700 scholarship.
It's just
And
gonna
they're
go.
using-
Okay,
They're
It's,
using the money for her and
November the 22nd, Saturday,
Alan to go to Disney
and Isaac and Emily are decorating the tree.
World.
What do you need scholarship money to go to Disney World?
Hey,
Well, I think it was because they had already, it's for next semester, and they had already budgeted to spend, like, that money, and so they, like, are treating it as a little bit extra that they have. They're not, like, using the scholarship money.
So like
They're using the fact that they, like,
out money.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just amazed at how loose the scholarship money is.
Yeah, they just write you a check.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna
Pretty
have
sure
to keep track of
people-
every
there's
nickel,
a,
dime, and quarter.
I think I can actually reach the top of the tree. I can't, I
Well,
couldn't, like, put the angel on, so I can reach the
Somebody
top
here
ranges.
could reach the top of the tree, but if you want to, there's a student.
I think everybody could with that.
Everybody could, yeah. And you know, we have those glass icicles someplace, so you have to
Yes.
look for those.
What if it doesn't have a?
What if it doesn't have a hook? Do you have any extra hooks, Norma?
Paper clip?
There's probably some downstairs.
Well, just set it
Just so you
aside.
know.
Yeah.
Maybe something will
I got
show
other
up.
things to do.
Something will show up.
I know, it's
Or I'll go
downstairs.
downstairs.
Are the icicles in here?
I don't know, are the glass
They should
icicles?
be- if they're in there, they're wrapped in tissue paper and they're long kind of rolls.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember the glass icicles that we have on the Thomas tree at home.
I can picture what a glass icicle.
They came from Nashville. I don't see them here, Nora.
Lift up for the second layer.
I did. And I don't necessarily see anything that's in long, wrapped up in long, oh, maybe I do. Oh, like
Yeah, there you
this.
go.
This one
Yeah.
is kind of.
There we go. So there's some. So maybe you guys,
It's kind of broken here.
It's kind of broken, but it's still.
Yeah, treat them here.
Okay.
I can't figure out any way to repair that.
Yeah.
here, so you can get it both, layers here. And where's the angel?
Oh, God, I don't know. I can't find the tree screw either.
That's okay.
There we
So
go.
we'll leave it off.
We'll make it look pretty
For
anyway.
now.
There you go. You got it.
That's something.
My mother crocheted that.
Really?
Yeah.
Must have taken a
All the
tiny,
crochet-
tiny hook.
Yeah, all the crocheted ones were made by my mom.
Wow. My sister crochets. I don't know what she'd do if I showed her this. Probably try and do one.
Oh yeah.
I think it's becoming a lost art.
You know, I think it's coming back a little bit. I
Oh,
know
hey, I think I found him.
I know a lot of girls in college who are like, because scarves are
Icicles?
really in, you know.
Yeah, I
So they're like,
What do you mean you found him?
I pulled out the top layer and I dug down and I found them.
You didn't announce that you
And
found
I
him.
put them up there where people
So you
with
must
lesser
have done it.
Yeah,
intelligence.
as
could
far as I
find
know, I found him. Now the whole room knows that they're here, and it's because of me.
I'm trying to make you look good, but
no,
no,
you can
I
put
don't
them on
know.
whatever.
What?
Just try to like evenly split them. It works
Wow,
however
this
you
is-
want it to.
Christmas is about the presents, right?
This is a tripod.
Oh, this is not fun.
Extremely beefy.
This is not an ornament.
What is it?
It's a snowflake.
I mean, technically it is an ornament. Yes, it is. What's the definition of ornament?
That can hang on on a tree.
That is not the definition.
What is it? Tell me the
Is a
Webster
decoration.
definition of ornament.
I don't know what the Webster definition of ornament is, but ornament is not specific to Christmas. Unless it is a Christmas ornament.
Okay, well that is not a Christmas ornament.
Well, it is a Christmas ornament. It's not a Christmas tree ornament. Well, actually, no, Santa's on it. It is a Christmas.
Why did I invite you?
I don't know. So I can get a free meal.
Shall I build a cheery fire?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Better be cheery though. I don't want no bonfire.
I pushed the cheery, extra cheery button.
Good. Wood from a cherry tree.
All right, here's my recipe.
Did you like that one?
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
It was a pun on cherry tree.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's probably fake. I probably bounced this one. Stop what? I didn't bounce it. You're good. I bet it takes longer for you guys to undecorate the tree than actually decorate it.
Yes, it does. All right. What do you suppose Swedish meatballs would be under in a file, recipe file?
What are the
I've
options?
never had
You
trouble.
been taking your drugs again?
I've never had trouble deciding this before. It's not vegetables. We got put in the wrong place. There's stuff in it. What the heck?
Santa.
I think it would be filed under ethnic foods.
They don't have a category like that.
It's just a thought.
Honor recipe card. Maybe it's not in the file.
Did you get that one? That should be your special. He's gonna be your special.
That's you, huh?
Yeah, I have to take the bill. Just be patient. Okay, it's not under beef. Try it again. Beef. Probably this is too much in here.
Oh, this is a wizard.
I love that. I don't know.
Okay, Emily, I gave you the recipe one time, so tell me how much water and how much sour cream I put in this.
1 tub,
Not as much as Isaac did the last time we made it.
half a tub.
See? You ask a silly question, you get a silly answer.
In my defense, I put as much sour cream as Emily told me.
Not true.
I think it was 2 cups of water and a pint of sour cream or a cup of sour cream.
Where would it? I don't.
I made the meat, well, we made both one
I'm having trouble understanding this
time.
one. I'm worrying.
I learned
It's
last
working.
night.
It's
that
working.
I can't-
I'm panicking.
I thought I was getting Alzheimer's. Okay, delete. Oh, rosettes. You remember rosettes?
What are they?
They're a deep fried dough. Ooh, it's my mother's recipe for all donuts. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Okay, it's not gonna be
It's not gonna look.
handy.
I'm ready for your 10.
That was 10.
Your 10.
I'm
And
10.
then you're going back.
No, I'm not 10.
Your 10.
I'm almost running,
You
actually.
made it 10.
You guys have a crock pot, Emily?
That's a great. What I think we do.
I have. I got from my neighbor a recipe for a really good pork roast. You just throw the stuff in the crock pot and walk away. Well, look at it.
Yeah.
You could do it in 10 minutes in the morning.
Yeah, I need to start doing crock pot stuff more. Because it's easy. Usually.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to, brown the meat in the pan and all that stuff. Which I think I would not do anyway.
This is big. This is
All right, this is nuts. This is nuts. Where is it?
Do any of you guys speak German?
You Gates?
Fluently.
Froelich Weihnachten.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Why not?
Weihnachten. What does that mean?
Fröhlich, why not?
Froelich Weihnachten.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
What?
I could've.
What does it mean?
Merry
It means
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I speak German.
Oh, I don't think it
I mean, to me, it could say a lot.
English is a Germanic language, so German has to be closer to Merry Christmas than that.
Right, yeah. This is like frolicking in the night of wine.
Yeah,
Yeah, the wine night.
much closer.
Makes more sense too.
This is nuts.
Okay, well then you're not doing your job either.
I get the high ones because I can reach it.
I'm not taking pictures.
I don't.
Oh,
no,
nice.
I
Don't
don't
be
think
looking
so.
at the camera.
I don't think so. Do these all have to be candid?
What? This confuses me.
This is an annual Christmas.
I don't know what this is.
Fish and gold. That's how they celebrate Christmas in Germany.
It actually looks like it might be a little candle holder, Just candle going in each. But I don't know. You want me to check with the boss?
5 days before
I found another one.
Christmas.
Huh?
Something like 5 days
You know
before
that's
Christmas,
nice,
the kids leave shoes outside the door. That was made for me by my cousins in Prague, or bought for me by my cousins in Prague.
I found another one too.
Bought for her by her cousins in
Yeah,
Prague.
and you put
So
little
you just
tiny
got these,
candles.
you just got these last year.
Yeah.
You put little tiny candles. You want them left out?
No,
I mean, they're not the Christmas tree or anything.
no, I never had stuff because they had something that's nice.
And I have to get a new World Series champs ornament.
Yeah, we need lots of new World Series stuff.
It's not like it could ever be a secret.
My Christmas list will be full of World Series stuff.
I love that. It's a gorgeous color.
There's one that is a alligator in a boat, we got that in New Orleans.
Yeah.
There's one that's a little Eskimo, we got that in Alaska. There's one that is a glass reef with a little bell up in it, I think, and that I bought in Denmark. There's one from Canada, Toronto.
Yeah.
It's a flat gold ornament.
Hockey player.
There's one from Montana.
We're gonna have to buy a second tree if we keep going on vacation.
The wreath with the little monkey inside,
Yeah.
Brown Kip got that for Lori.
Oh, okay. I don't know I've ever seen that, or I just don't recognize it maybe. I'm sure I've seen it. Grandma, you sent me a text about when you wanted to do Christmas, and I don't remember when it was.
Oh, we didn't decide. You didn't, get
Yeah.
back to me.
I didn't. That's why I'm asking, like, when did you say you wanted
Okay,
to?
well, you're done with school on the 12th, right?
Something like that.
And we're leaving on the 23rd
Okay,
to see your dad.
okay.
So sometime in there, and I'll look at my phone to see what else is happening.
Okay.
Do you have stuff planned?
No, I mean, I've got, like, Christmas with his family and with Grandpa John's family a couple Sundays before it.
Hang on, I can't hear you over the popping of the grease.
You were talking about it at dinner.
Yeah. Do we have to use all the icicles?
No.
Okay. We're gonna be on icicle overload if we use any more.
John down in, Grand County?
Yeah.
He made those.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of ornaments, that glow glass ornaments that they do.
Yeah, I think that tree is, it's taller, but it's slimmer than the old tree. I tried to buy it to fit the space.
And you did good.
So the total volume might actually be less.
So glad I cooked being the cooktop today.
Yeah, you kinda wonder why though, don't you?
I hate the stuff that just get burned on it. Alright, so I'm gonna have to make a guess here. I know this.
I think there's one or two in the box.
I have to find it. I can't just wing this. Hopefully.
Me? Do you mean to just kind of ball up the tissue paper?
Who?
Do you mean to just kind of ball up the tissue paper and put it in the little sections?
Yeah, sure.
I'm really trying to.
You could use an icicle, I think, right? Down, see the,
Here?
yeah, right there. Yes, now it's complete.
Armchair. Okay, I know what it is. It's in the cookbook. That's what it is.
But you know what this is?
What?
Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Oh, it says Lake Tahoe on the back.
Yeah, it's a hand-painted one.
I bet we've had that for a while.
Yeah, I bought that when I was mad at you. 'Cause we were in Tahoe and you had to get back to get your messages by 3 and that left me with nothing to do, so I went on this thing.
Williamsburg, 1979.
You guys are still planning on coming to the matinee of my show, right? On Sunday?
Yeah, but are you getting us tickets?
I have reserved you tickets. They're $2 each, so be sure to give us a little bit of cash.
Yeah, I don't think we can afford to go.
$2.
I warn you guys, it's a really, really weird show.
Yeah, I've read
And
that.
a really dark show.
Are you pleased with how it turned out?
So far, yeah, I mean, we're nowhere near done. I mean, we're close to done, I guess.
When do you open?
December 5th. The day before, 2 days before you guys come. We just run that one.
Yeah, it seems weird.
Have you come across any internships for summer?
Most places don't release information about their summer internships until January. So I've found a bunch of websites that I want to go back to in January. And
Hang on. Where's the release? This is a social dinner.
we can talk at dinner.
Can't
Yeah,
listen to
let's
the
do that. Make notes so because I won't remember what we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
But that also means you don't really have to remember.
Too bad I didn't have more of this because I could have sent some back with you guys.
That's okay.
Not.
I'm sure come next week I'll have plenty of leftovers.
Really too bad. One of them flour.
Well, that looks good.
Yay!
Instant Christmas.
That's not how you sort out. Think about it. 5 cents per ornament.
What, you charging me for doing this job?
I'm
No,
thinking about
just
it. Let me know.
Other people in the future.
Oh. I think when you guys did this, did you put flour in the oil?
I don't, sure.
It was probably a year and a half ago, Grandma.
Okay.
Talk to him about it at dinner.
Paprika.
It's good.
Oh well.
Come on.
Sit your name and
Little
age.
gifts back here.
Yeah.
Those are for you and Miranda and Richie.
Okay.
And there's no names on them.
Okay.
So it's all the same thing? Yeah.
No, it's not quite the same thing.
Okay.
So is this it, Nora? Or
No,
do-
the corn's coming up. It's just time to sit. Oh, you know what? That's really big. You think we can manage that?
Oh, we still got a couple
Why
minutes.
not?
Well, let's start dishing up. The corn's got a couple minutes.
Don't have to tell me.
Well, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Turkeys.
These meatballs are a lot
5
easier.
meatballs mix, right?
Yep,
I'm not sure that's true.
yes. There's 20,
Well,
yeah, there's 21 meatballs. So you're gonna have to split the last one 4 ways.
well, I'm gonna eat less than 5 because I always tend to overeat.
Oh, this is what I should have done.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, stop.
Hold off.
I'll do it backwards. I'll just cake on the potatoes over there.
There.
No, I'm digging it up.
That won't work.
Excavate.
So take the potatoes. I'll get it, Nora.
Okay.
It's
Grab
got 2
one and I'll
minutes
grab that one.
and it's gonna be.
I just don't want to
Thank
take
you.
oil over in there.
Oh, okay. I'll watch it, but then.
I will be taking my full 5.
Get them before they.
Oh, it is boiling like crazy.
Yeah.
You want me to turn it off?
Yeah.
Yikes. It's a little bit on the hot side.
This is the fanciest meal you'll ever be served on Thanksgiving.
Hey, it's a good break from the monotony to come. We're going to 3 Thanksgivings in one day.
I figured you were. That's why.
And only one of them is mine.
That's. Oh. Oh, you're not going to all your mom's stuff?
I'm not going to go to my grandpa's, so that just leaves my grandma's.
Norma, should I put this corn in a little dish or something?
Pour the water off, and you can put it in one of our cereal bowls.
And put some butter.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's butter up on the refrigerator shelf. We go again. This would be probably easier than dishing up at the counter.
Oh, okay.
It's not my water.
Hey, it's not Alzheimer's, it's the drug I take. That was really a relief to find out.
I believe it.
We could be sitting here watching TV and I can't remember what we just saw.
Well, thank you for dinner, Grandma.
You're welcome. Gotta get you over here some way. Food is the best part way. Well, Emily, when I look at your Facebook page, it looks like you are really enjoying school. Besides homeschool. That's nice.
Yeah, I am. Got a good group of friends. I
Yeah.
like them. We're doing a Secret Santa gift exchange amongst my friend group.
Okay,
I'm very
there's
excited about.
actually more corn. I just want to fill that bowl.
Thank you.
Ooh, nice.
Jeez.
I just spread it out.
Sure, that's what they all say.
It's still like a little bit too hot to eat, but it's so good that I'm eating it anyway.
Well, heaven forbid, don't let it cool.
I won't. Don't have to worry about that.
You couldn't get napkins with a little Swede on them or something?
No. But if you just turn off the fan, that would be less noise.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah!
The corn is very hot. In case you were wondering.
Said you weren't gonna let it cool. Keep eating.
Not this stuff. The corn
You
is
gotta let
like
that cool too.
sweltering hot.
Sweltering.
Yes.
Actually, it was boiling hot.
Like,
Thank you, Emily. On the side of the microwave, the left-hand side, all the way toward the cupboard. Yeah, just keep going until it says off. There. Isn't that better?
Very good.
well, that's a little too quiet, huh?
You can hear yourself chew. You don't need the salt and pepper.
What do you need?
Water.
It's the,
It's on the right.
the right-hand spigot.
That's the corn piece.
Oh, sorry. Things still okay with the house? Any new adventures?
My house?
Your house.
Every day is an adventure at my house.
Is it?
Mhm.
Like what?
I don't know, nothing notable. We have fun.
Basement hasn't flooded, has it?
No. He replaced the sump pump once, and apparently the one he bought was like faulty or whatever. And
Yeah, I heard this, it was running all the time.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
running all the time.
And he replaced it again. He replaced it again, and we haven't had issues at all.
Have you guys given any more thought to who's gonna replace Richie, or if she's gonna stay, or?
I think she's gonna stay.
Well, it's easier to live with somebody that you've gotten to know,
Yeah.
try to adapt to somebody new.
Our only issues have been the fact that Richie doesn't have a car, which causes. I mean, she works long enough away that she can't really realistically walk. Like she was biking to work just fine, but now that it's getting cold, she tends to like wake one of us up in the morning now to take
She
her to
told
work.
me she was gonna get a car soon.
When did she tell you that?
I don't know, like someone was buying her a car. Or giving
She
her
told
a
me
car.
that her mom was giving her a car, and that just didn't really happen. I don't know if it still is supposed to. I don't know. Miranda doesn't have as much of an issue about it as I do, so I think she's been asking Miranda a lot more recently. But that's the only point of tension we've really had.
There's no bus transportation out to where he works.
I'm sure she could take one of the city buses, but I don't know where the closest stop is to our house. I don't know. There's a lot of things that are like, she knows that there are possibilities, she just isn't actually looking into them.
It's easier to just ask.
Yeah. Which is what bothers me. Or like, get a job closer. I don't know. She's a manager at Burger King, so like,
Oh,
I understand
yeah.
why
She's a
she
manager?
stays there. Yeah, she's a manager.
Yeah, that's hard to walk away from.
But I mean, as a host at Olive Garden, I still get paid, I think like 10 cents more per hour than she does, you know? So she could find like a decent job somewhere else and still make the same amount of money.
But she doesn't have the power
The power.
of being a manager.
Oh, that's true.
What main part of the theater department is she in?
She's not.
Oh,
She's a psychology major. She was like a theater. She was a theater double major last year, but she's not anymore.
Yeah, I guess we thought you guys were all theater.
No, I mean she's still kind of a theater person.
that's how you met her though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. She still hangs out with all of us. It's weird though because Miranda's got this second friend group that's all these like frat guys. And then Richie's got this second friend group that she plays Dungeons and Dragons with, which is like super nerdy. So we all have a lot in common, but also a lot of differences.
Well, you don't have a second friends group, do you? You're just all theater people.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean like, Miranda's invited me to hang out with her friends a lot of times and they're fine guys. I just, 9 times out of 10 don't feel like hanging out. Like I would rather hang out with my close friends than them. So I'm fine with it.
Did she have somebody from high school that she knew that was in a fraternity? That got her
No, I
into
think
that
what
group?
happened was there was one guy who was a theater minor last year, and so she knew him from our aesthetics class, and then through him she just met a bunch of other people, and a lot of them live together. Like there's like 2 of them that live together, and then 2 of them that live across the street. So they're all just kind of a group.
Do you know what sororities are on campus?
I know nothing about Greek life. I know that I don't want to be a part of it. That's about as far as it goes. So should we wait till Christmas to open those, or should we like?
Well, you're not gonna be together for Christmas, so.
No, but we're having a house family Christmas. Should we wait till then?
You do whatever you wanna do.
Okay.
Would it damage them to be without the benefit of these presents for some number
No.
of weeks?
No. Not at all. There's no ticking time bomb in it.
Good, good.
But the value of the currency might devalue in a few weeks. Oh, it isn't currency?
Isaac's hoping it will. I better find some CDs real fast, though.
Mhm. How's your new phone working out?
I love it. I really thought I was gonna hate the size. I thought that was gonna be my least favorite thing about it, but I actually really like it.
Do you want smart potatoes?
No.
You think Grandma would do one?
I think so. I mean, there's not a whole lot different. You probably need my help getting it all set up the way your old one was, but as soon as you have it set up, there's not a lot of difference. It's got the Touch ID for the thumbprint reader thing. But the biggest difference
Meaning
is
you
just
don't
that
have to
it's,
type in
Mhm.
a
It'll just
numerical
scan
code?
your thumbprint.
So you turn it on, push the button, put your thumb over the sensor, and that's it?
Mhm.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool.
And does it really, other people's thumb?
No,
thumb work?
and
You tried
you
it?
can put more than one thumbprint in, so like, I have both my thumbs because they're the same, but they're different enough that sometimes it like won't read one, and I've got my index finger on both hands too, so that I can just touch it.
Also, you can do multiples.
Mm-hmm. You can put as many as you want.
Well, my biggest problem right now is it frequently says no SIM card. I have to turn the phone off and turn it on again.
I didn't think iPhones had SIM cards.
Well, they've got.
Or they
SIM
have like
card or-
internal
or
SIM
an- Or an
cards.
equivalent,
Mhm.
every phone does.
Weird.
Might not be easily removable on an iPhone. Well, that would be an advantage.
If you guys ever make this, I double the amount of stuff for the gravy compared to what a single recipe says to do.
Okay.
You can see why.
Mm-hmm.
There's, somebody wants to scrape the rest of the gravy into the bowl, there's still some in there.
I have plenty, unless anybody else wants more.
Do you want more, Isaac?
No, I'm good.
I just needed something
Good.
for the rest of my potatoes.
Really, there aren't operational features though?
Not really. I'm trying to think. I'm so used to it now that it's tough to think about what's actually different.
It was a month ago.
No, I know. But that's what I'm
Jesus,
saying
how
is they're similar enough that like I'm trying to think if there's anything different enough that it could.
So what
Carry
is
it
the
off.
advantage of it if they're so similar?
It's bigger is the biggest advantage I found.
Which you like.
Yeah, one thing that you would probably notice is that on this one, the voice command, like if you are speaking a text, rather than hearing it all and like spitting it out, it types as you talk. So if it makes a
Oh, you
mistake,
didn't
you
like
can
my
turn it off.
Samsung did from the beginning?
They went really
Oh, okay.
galaxy with it, honestly. The buttons on the side is the same shape, the same size. It's kind of ridiculous.
It went in the text mode.
Mhm.
Above your letters, is there the row of numbers so that you don't have to go back and forth between keyboards?
No, you still have to go back and forth.
Well, I don't know what happened with your dad's, but for the period of time when that's what I would see, because I check these all the time.
Yeah.
Uh, And I thought, wow, cool, I thought maybe that was part of the iOS 8.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't download iOS 8, it just kept telling me I didn't have enough memory.
Oh yeah, you need memory.
Yeah.
That's what I hated about my last phone, honestly. If I had to say the biggest advantage for me between this phone and my new one is that it has memory. I don't have to worry about what I download.
I went to the Verizon store and she looked at it and she said it's because of the music you have on here. She said the only thing you can do is dump your music and then you can download. And I said, well, is there enough advantage to iOS 8 to go without music? And she said, no. Just take the words.
Honestly, I would have to look at it again, but I read this article that explained a way that you could download iOS 8 on your computer using iTunes so that it didn't use all the memory on your phone. And I don't remember how to do it exactly.
Well, she said there really is not enough.
There's not a ton of a difference. Plus, I think I'm up to iOS 8.1 now.
Yeah, I waited until, I thought where, to 8.2.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 8.2
So
because
I waited quite a while with their
they
dad.
released, well, maybe the numbers are wrong, but they released the operating system, it had problems, they released a fix. It was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And they, within a week, had to release another fix, so my guess is 8.2 already.
Mm-hmm.
So I read something interesting the other day, which you guys won't care about, but I thought it was fun anyway.
Okay.
You know the Android operating systems?
Yeah.
They're all
Ice cream sandwich,
They're all named desserts.
or candies,
Yeah.
but they're alphabetical.
Are they really? I didn't notice that.
Ice cream sandwich, jelly bean,
Uh-huh.
Kit Kat, lollipop.
Huh. What was the first one?
I don't know what it was, but
Because I thought it was
that's
one-
that's gone all the way back. What
Yeah,
was
there's
before
one that
ice
was
cream sandwich?
gingerbread. I know.
Well, in the order,
H.
yeah, what was H?
Hot cross buns. I
That was
don't know.
not a candy. But anyway, that's it, stupid.
Interesting.
What is a candy that's
Wait, is cookies Apple or is it Android?
cookies?
Because you know how you have to delete your cookies is part of
Cookies is.
Oh,
part
that's
of
just
the
what they
internet.
call those
Is
little,
it?
Yeah.
little bits of programs.
Oh.
It's just tagged so that whoever puts the cookie on there knows where you're going on your phone or on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Or where you've been.
I always thought cookies were just a little bit of information that the browser will remember. Because when I worked at Olive Garden, I would log into
So obnoxious.
my dish on my phone, which is where you look at your schedule, and sometimes I would try to log in and it wouldn't log in. It said that I'd already been logged in or something, and I want to go to the website and I'd have to delete my cookies in order to re-log into it.
It's really obnoxious, actually.
Yeah, in general, a cookie is just a little bit of information, but
Yeah.
what it's typically used
See
for
what you do on the phone.
is to track you or your history. Hey, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Isaac,
Hmm?
you should eat at least a couple more.
Oh man, I don't know if I can.
One more then.
I will eat one.
Okay, but you'll have to have
I'll
some.
have to do it the right way.
Okay, I'll go get the rest of the gravy.
Yeah, we should have some more.
I can get it.
Okay, thanks.
Can you?
Mhm.
Thanks.
There's
Can I
rubber
steal a bowl
spatulas
from
in the drawer if you need them.
Get enough so that Isaac could have 3 or 4. Well,
I've already had my fill.
huh?
I could not eat them anymore. I feel satisfied.
There's not really enough for that much.
Okay,
4 is really my.
bring in what there is.
There we go.
Unless I don't eat potatoes.
Yeah, this would be a very perfect nest for my meatball egg.
Well, I actually might have to get a new phone myself.
Yeah?
What phone do you have right now?
I have a S3.
This is
Because,
Good.
you know, on my phone I have the World Series champions cover on my phone. So I was looking for a new World Series champions cover. World
Are you
Series.
gonna get on your phone specifically so that you can get a World Series champion to cover?
I just might, because my phone is so old that they don't make the World
So you're gonna
Series.
spend $100.
No, it's free. Actually,
The phone?
remember the guy told us that I could actually save $5 a month by upgrading to it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Geez,
They
how
got
much
pretty
could I
cool
save
deal.
if I upgraded?
Not pretty.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I might sort of be kidding, but maybe I'm not.
I haven't looked particularly, but I haven't run across phone covers
Oh, they're out
for
there.
2014. Have you looked at the t-shirts?
I haven't. I want to.
They're terrible.
Really? Have you seen the Marilyn Monroe one? Where she's wearing, it's like a classic Marilyn picture where she's like pulling down her shirt a little bit, but she's wearing a t-shirt that says Mad Bum on it. I think it's pretty cool.
I haven't seen that.
It just popped up as an ad on my Facebook one day, so I don't know if it's like an official shirt, but.
Did you see Bumgarner on the Jimmy Kimmel show? No, it's funny.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I'm sure.
Somehow Kimmel mentioned to him that he had a truck. Kimmel had a truck. The country boy, Bumgarner goes, "Oh, what kind of truck you got?" "I've got an F-150. "Oh, that's a pretty good truck." And they started talking trucks. And he's the hero of the World Series and the MVP and all that. They're talking about, what do you haul in your truck? Bumgarner was given a Chevy truck as the MVP thing.
Really?
Yeah, he wanted a tractor.
He wanted to ride a tractor in the parade and they wouldn't let him.
No, he wanted to ride a horse.
Oh, horse, oh,
I thought he did.
yeah.
I read somewhere that he did.
No, they wouldn't let him.
Huh.
He was on.
Which is surprising because they did have horses in the parade
Yeah,
right at the beginning.
but
right at the
think of the
beginning.
liability.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to ride one of those police horses. There's an
Oh.
equestrian unit.
Okay.
What they wouldn't let him do. Well, I might actually have a t-shirt for you.
Yeah.
The Chronicle was selling a package of the special sections and the front pages and stuff that they had published during the playoffs for World Series. So I bought it,
Mm-hmm.
and it came with a t-shirt.
Oh.
I haven't opened it yet, which I didn't want the t-shirt, but maybe you do.
Okay. I'll look at it.
For a sleeping shirt, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I've got a billion of those, though. I need to start buying like t-shirts that I will actually wear.
Mm.
Because I just sleep in all my t-shirts now.
Oh, I haven't found any that, I didn't see a single one with a trophy on it. I wanted one that had all, trophies for each of the 3 years.
I bet in the next couple weeks as it gets closer to Christmas. I did see one that had 10, 12, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen
that's
some.
recent too.
Uh-huh. So I'm sure they're coming out with more all the time as it gets closer to Christmas.
So you have your Christmas list?
Not yet. I will. I'm very busy. I will. Honestly, I have very little that I really need. The biggest thing I was going to ask you guys for, and I don't even know if I can get it, because I haven't done all the research on it. I really want a remote start for my car. And I haven't done a ton of research on if my car is too old or, what it would take to get that. But that's the big thing.
Yeah.
And then I was just gonna find some World Series stuff really, and maybe some albums. And that's about it.
Well, you mentioned that you wanted single act plays or something.
I do. I want plays. I want a lot of plays.
Well, put those on your list so we
Okay.
don't forget.
I will. I'm probably gonna put some albums, some World Series stuff, those, and just like a list of.
Nothing for the house?
Not really. Just probably a list of gift cards, honestly. one of which might be.
How about some toilet paper?
You know what? I would probably be excited if I opened a toilet paper. We've run out twice now and gone. The first time we went a month without toilet paper. The second time we only went about 3 days because I was not about to let that happen again.
It's like when Lori got the self-closed toilet seat. I've rarely seen her so happy about a gift.
I had a moment last year, his dad last year, I can't find them anywhere now, but got me a big thing of Tupperware. And I got really excited and then I was like, dang it, I'm an adult. I just got really excited about getting Tupperware for Christmas.
Yeah.
I can't find, if you guys find a huge thing of Tupperware anywhere, I don't think it's here, but I
What
can't
do you
find
mean
it.
by a huge thing? You
It's
mean
a box about this big of Rubbermaid Tupperware.
just all various?
It's all containers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea where it is. It was in my car for a very long time, and it's not in my car anymore.
You're thinking it's downstairs someplace.
I don't think that it's here. I think it's at my mom's somewhere. I just can't
Oh.
find it. But I don't know.
Well, okay, so describe it.
I
Is it a Tupperware thing full of Tupperware? I
No,
mean, is
it's
it
a
plastic?
big cardboard box
A big cardboard box.
full of Tupperware.
Does it say that on the outside?
It's a I think it says Rubbermaid.
Doesn't ring a bell, but I can poke around a little bit.
I don't think it's here, but I
Yeah,
I have no
actually,
idea.
your stuff is all pretty visible.
Mhm.
I don't have much of your stuff.
Should I warm up dessert or no? Should
Sure.
we wait? Okay.
No, we're not waiting. Are we?
Do what you want. There's some Ben and Jerry's ice cream if you want to go with dessert.
We could do that.
So my red velvet cookies are a little bit overdone because they're
So before you ever serve them, you're gonna start
no,
making
they're
apologies?
still good. They're good. But they were this recipe made out of cake batter, and so they never like flattened out. So they just looked like balls of dough. So I kept just cooking more and more because I was like, they're not cooking. But then I finally got them out, and they actually were cooked. They just never flattened out like cookies.
I don't think I want any, thanks.
Well, I made other stuff too.
They don't sound that good.
I made other stuff.
I've kind of lost my appetite.
Probably some story about
You should have seen the day that she was making cookies in the microwave. She'd just take cookie dough and put it on a plate and put it in.
That was Miranda's fault. We had a tub of cookie dough, and she said, "I wonder if we can make cookie dough in the microwave."
You should have seen them
And
try
it
to
was-
convince me that they were good.
And it was one of the first days we had our house, and I was like, "This is the kind of thing that happens when you have your own house. You have these crazy ideas, and you can test them."
Yeah.
How'd it work out?
I mean, it made kind of like a big hot pile of cookie dough.
Yeah,
Hard on the outside,
So
soft
was-
on the inside, huh?
it is soft on the outside.
So how'd it work out, was my question.
It's like cookie
I didn't
soup.
think they were bad. I
Did
thought that
you-
If I was
ate
the
'em?
one that bought it,
Yeah.
put them in the microwave.
you couldn't
I'd
like
eat the dough.
scrape them off and like put a bunch of cookies in a pile. But if you just like wanted to treat, you could make a big cookie on a plate in the microwave. It was not as bad as Isaac makes it sound,
It's pretty good.
is the point.
But it was not as good as baking them in an oven either.
Well, no. But it was also a lot faster.
All right,
30
So-
seconds.
I'll accept that.
And you could have some.
Who wants ice cream?
I do.
I probably don't.
I'll have a little bit.
We have two varieties, Isaac. One is called Hazed and Confused. Yes.
Ooh, I do
Chocolate?
want to try that.
Chocolate and hazelnut ice creams with fudge chips and a hazelnut fudge core.
Wow.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay, now here's the other one. It's called Half Baked.
Okay.
Chocolate and vanilla
There seems
ice
to be a theme
creams
going on with these cookie things.
mixed with gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough and fudge brownies.
Okay.
So you got your hazelnut and you got your chocolate chip cookie dough and brownies.
I think. Ooh. I don't know. I'll go with the hazelnut.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll go with the second one. Good stuff.
Did you like that, Grandma?
Yeah.
And what about you? Did you change your mind about ice cream? You could have just like a.
I want to try the hazelnut, so give me like just a little tiny bit.
It was fun for a while.
I'm not gonna take you out to any fancy restaurants.
Please don't, please don't. Unless you're hankering to get embarrassed.
Does anybody want s'mores croissants or red velvet cookies?
What was the other one?
Red velvet cookies,
Or,
s'mores croissants.
I wanna try one of
Yeah.
those.
Okay.
Can a person have a little of each?
Yeah, I have 5 s'mores croissants. So
I'll try one.
I could have like half of one. So.
Is there a story to go with them?
a story?
Yeah.
No.
Oh
Why?
wait, these did turn out good. Yeah, she says that those were good.
No, I was actually. This was a Pinterest recipe, and I was pretty impressed with it.
So Norma, you said the chocolate and brownie one, right?
Yeah, I'll try that.
Okay,
Grandpa, did you want any red velvet cookies?
sure. Okay, well, it's a little bit hard.
Isaac, you don't want red velvet cookies, right?
No.
Grandma, do you want any?
I had one, you just gave me one.
Do you want any more?
No, I want one of those s'mores things.
Okay.
Did I tell you that David and Dominic got locked out of my house last night and they got in through my window?
That's reassuring.
Pretty secure, huh?
Well, I didn't think the window opened. I have never been able to get it open, but they said they got in through my window, and I'm actually kind of happy about it because
Yeah,
now my
problem
window
solved, huh?
Yeah. Now I get to lock my window.
You have just one roommate?
I had 2. It was my roommate and his friend.
And are they returning next year or?
No, they're graduating. So I do have 2 other roommates lined up. And actually my roommate's friend, who climbed in through my window last night, is going to be my roommate next year. He's actually my friend. He's a mutual friend. He's in our friend group, as she was saying earlier. Okay.
That's what that was.
A bowl of that. That's pretty good.
Geez, look amazing.
You like it?
So it's got marshmallow and,
It's
Cinnamon
so
sugar.
so you take the croissant and lay it out, and you sprinkle cinnamon and sugar on it, and then you take marshmallows and chocolate chips and roll it up inside, and then once it's done, you put chocolate syrup over. I think it would be better with like melted chocolate so that it like hardens on top, but I just put chocolate syrup on it.
that kind of chocolate syrup that when it gets cold, and
Yeah.
like you dip an ice cream cone in.
Mhm.
Did you guys get dessert utensils?
Yeah, we got
Spoons?
Yeah.
Spoons and little
I
forks?
lost a spoon.
Yeah, I don't want a spoon.
Okay.
You don't have a spoon.
I got hands. Hands will work.
I'll grab this one.
That fancy dinner.
Cancel that reservation right now.
And you want just a little bit of the
Just
hazelnut?
I literally just want enough to know what it tastes like.
Is this the hazelnut one?
No, it looked like mine.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Is that cool, or do you want the hazelnut one?
I mean, I ordered the hazelnut one, but I will eat this ice cream.
There's lots more,
Okay.
but I just gave you, that was mostly chocolate and this was mostly
Okay.
melons.
You might have this. They look similar. This is definitely a good
Okay, well then I have no complaints.
But mine doesn't have the chunks of chocolate.
Okay.
I read
This is good.
that a lot of people put crushed up graham cracker crumbs in here.
Mm.
But they do that instead of the cinnamon sugar a lot of the time, and I think the cinnamon sugar makes it.
We can get cinnamon graham crackers. Get those
Yeah.
from both of them.
Yeah. I just didn't buy them because I didn't know until after I already got some.
What do you do with all the ones you didn't use? So it's a problem.
What? All the graham crackers?
Yeah,
You
I like
make
graham
s'mores.
yeah. Make some more, huh?
I dip graham crackers in Nutella.
I dip graham crackers in milk.
That too.
I
Okay.
wanted to tell you something.
Okay.
I was
The end.
in a store and there was a lady looking at the cups that you use for your coffee pot.
Yes.
And I mentioned to
I
her.
have never seen them in stores. You found it in the
No,
store?
no, I mentioned to her that you had gotten a coffee pot and then discovered it was B cups and not K cups. And you have all these K
They're
cups.
view cups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
View?
Yeah.
You got all these that you can't use. And she said, how does she do it? She cut the top off.
Oh no, we know how to do it.
Oh, okay.
It's just not.
It's not
It's
convenient.
not ideal.
Yeah, but you can use them in that machine
Yeah. Yeah.
by changing out the top.
Yeah. Well, what we've done is the view cups are bigger, so you cut off the bottom part of the plastic, so you just see the coffee bag inside, and then you cut a slit in the front, and then you put it in an empty view cup, and then it works. It's just a pain. Like, we can do it. It's just not ideal.
These are good.
Thank you.
Okay. So what was the deal? Somebody was trying to compete with Keurig?
No, it is Keurig. I think what happened was Keurig realized that everybody was making K-cups and wanted a new coffee maker that they
They're
had
phasing out
ownership
the
of.
K-cup maker.
Mhm.
Yeah, they want a corner on the market again.
They probably didn't have good patent protection on K-cups. They weren't doing it for the user's benefit. You can count on that.
Yeah.
Do you think someone's gonna invent like a K-cup converter that its sole purpose is to do K-cups?
I'm sure. I'm just waiting for it because I have so many K-cups. We've officially run out of view cups. So it's a pain. So that's half of what I want for Christmas. Just give me a lot of view cups. Like as many as you can buy. Maybe that's all I want for Christmas.
You know, you got me a spoon.
You're not using
And
it?
I wasn't even using it. I didn't even realize.
Well, I'm using my fork.
The hazelnut isn't very hazelnutty.
Was it?
No. I hardly taste it at all.
I mean, I can kind of taste it. Did you get a lot of the core part of it?
That's
the
what Nutella is, isn't it? Hazelnut.
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of hazelnut flavored things. But I'm not sure if I've ever seen a hazelnut.
Really?
Oh, they're little, almost like an acorn shape.
Yeah?
Yeah, and kind of a reddish brown color.
Do they grow trees? A hazel tree?
I don't know how.
What happens if you plant a hazelnut?
I don't know.
Hazel bush?
Patrick used to get me
Hazel
this
flowers?
Kroger brand Nutella that was like crunchy Nutella. Like it had chunks of hazelnut in it and it was so good. It was better than actual Nutella. I wish I could find it. They stopped making it crunchy because it wasn't actually like Nutella, so I'm guessing most people didn't like it. But I loved it. I thought it was delicious.
Well, there's crunchy peanut butter.
Right, right.
Nutella's basically hazelnut butter instead of peanut butter.
Hazelnut and chocolate butter.
Hazelnut and chocolate butter?
Mhm.
That doesn't really roll off the tongue as easy as peanut butter.
No.
I see why they call it
That's a
Nutella.
marketing problem.
Mm-hmm. It's a boy. Hey,
Hey,
you want that?
no,
We have something in common.
was it not good or was it just too sweet for
It
you?
is too sweet for me.
If I make these again, I'll have to make them when I get here because they were twice as good fresh out of the oven, you know.
Yeah.
And I made these last night, so.
Many things are.
So you had your Thanksgiving party with your guests?
No, that's tomorrow night.
Am I going to that?
Yep. It's Thanksgiving?
Yep.
You said you were.
Oh, is it at the back cave?
Yeah. What's your day look like tomorrow?
Partly cloudy.
Are you free tomorrow?
I think so.
I'm in rehearsal all day, and I said I'd make stuffing, and I bought this instant stuffing mix, like it shouldn't be
Yeah,
hard.
you make
Would you
stuffing.
be willing to make it? I don't even like stuffing, but nobody had signed up to make stuffing. And it
Because
was
nobody likes
Thanksgiving.
stuffing.
No, there were a few people who were like, we need stuffing, and I was like, I don't want
I like
to. I don't want
stuffing.
to make it.
I love stuffing.
Mm.
Have you guys ever made stuffing like in the turkey while you're supposed to?
Yeah, I used to.
No, has,
I've never
Ooh,
done
my
that.
goodness.
not for years, though.
Yeah, I quit doing it because there was so much talk about the juices of the raw chicken, or the raw turkey, contaminating the
But you cook it, right?
yeah, but there was a big problem. So then
There
I
was
got,
some health issue.
yeah, so
It
then I
was
got
just
a,
an excuse for her not to do that.
so then I
The
got a
stuff-
bag
the
that you
stuffing.
put the stuffing in and you put the bag in.
Oh,
the
wait,
turkey.
yeah, I've seen those.
So that the juices, you know, once they're cooked, they're going through the bag. I almost have to guess that people were stuffing their turkeys and letting it sit too long before they started cooking them.
Mhm.
Was it here that I had cranberry sauce for the first time?
Probably.
When it came out of the can,
Mhm.
just cut it up. I think I liked it.
I don't like cranberry
I think I
sauce.
actually like
Especially when it comes out looking like the can.
It's so funny.
It's so gross.
A bite of turkey with a bite of cranberry sauce?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
I've had like homemade cranberry sauce that I really liked. I think I would like cranberry sauce if it weren't for the fact that it comes out looking like the can, and that just grosses me out for some reason.
Someone needs to prepare it elsewhere.
What do
I
you
know,
Mash it
like
up.
just mash it up, I'd be fine.
I don't know what difference that could possibly make.
I don't know.
What would be better?
It's just so unnatural. Not that anything we eat is
Do
particularly
you like
natural.
cranberry sauce that has the berries in it?
I don't know, I haven't tried a lot of cranberry sauce. I bet I would. I like cranberries. I don't know.
Wasn't there one Christmas when somebody gave Lori like 6 cans of,
Yeah, Linda did.
because she liked it so much?
Oh, I'm sleepy now. I got full and I got sleepy.
We got.
Mhm.
Okay.
My goal on Thursday for Thanksgiving is to collect as many leftovers as I can and take them back and not have to cook for a while.
How many Thanksgivings are you doing
3.
on Thanksgiving Day?
Mhm. Only one of them is mine for once.
I'm gonna make sure I wear sweatpants on that day.
So the other two are your family?
Yeah. My grandparents.
Gonna eat 3 Thanksgiving meals, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, I was talking to his sister, and we were making the plans to go to his mom's, and I was like, man, tell your mom not to cook. Like, I can't promise I'm gonna eat that much. And Kara was like, no.
Mama making meatloaf.
No, I know. And Kara was like, no, I told her to just get like snacks, and we could just like snack a little bit and play games. And she was like, no, I'm gonna make meatloaf and mac and cheese and all this stuff. And Kara was like, all right, I can't promise it's gonna get eaten, but you can make it.
She'll probably get mad when it does get eaten.
I'm sure.
Well, we'll take it with us.
I will gladly take some of your mom's meatloaf home.
My mom's meatloaf is good. You remember when she made those mini meatloafs? They had like 4 of them. They had like a pound of ground beef.
She makes mini meatloafs, but she doesn't like put them in a pan. She just like, it's just like kind of a mound of meatloaf. It's very good.
And she like puts ketchup on the top and then cooks it with the ketchup, and the ketchup gets like hard. It's like ketchup icing on this meatloaf cake.
It's like blood, Emily. Like blood.
It's fine.
You don't like cranberry sauce because it looks like a can, but you'll eat meatloaf that has blood on it.
Yeah, and I mean, I get my steaks like media, like I get my steaks bloody, like that. I don't know, that doesn't bother me. I can't do bones. I can do blood.
Heaven forbid there's some bones in cranberry sauce.
No, I mean like with meat.
How do you feel about muscle
You will
Tendons.
never experience the fact that
or
the
arteries?
most flavorful meat is right by the bone.
Do you like
I don't
do
care.
you like major arteries or just minor capillaries?
I did not ask for this.
Somehow it always gets back to this, doesn't it?
Yes, always.
You're a good sport.
Where do you suppose the bone thing came from, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just because, you know, when you were little, it was like a lot of chicken tenders and stuff.
Yeah, and pastas.
I think I've got a really like weak gag reflex, and so like it started because whenever I would eat something on the bone, there would be like a little piece of bone in the meat, and if I bit down on it, I would automatically gag really bad.
Did I ever
And
show you
so-
that picture Kara took of the inside of my arm?
Yeah. I told you that doesn't. Looking at it doesn't really bother me.
It doesn't?
I wanna eat it.
And
Show us
so
my staples.
I already saw that.
they stapled you up?
Yeah,
That's-
amazing number of staples.
Ow.
Where do I have that?
You
on my
couldn't
phone?
see space between them, there were so many.
Really? So it just
Yeah.
like looked like a zipper? Like the zip
Yeah,
up your leg?
yeah,
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I don't know why.
They should have just done that, you know?
There's another technique,
Sometimes
technique, and I don't know what
use
determines when they use which, but there's a technique where they glue the skin. They glue it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I saw this thing the other day about this new technology they made, which is this gel that stops bleeding instantly. Like they had this like piece of meat that they funneled like a tube through that like pumped fake blood out of it, but it was like gushing out all this fake blood, and they just squirted the gel on there, and it instantly sealed the thing.
Wow.
It was
That
pretty
would be-
cool. Yeah.
A huge advance medically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that on the battlefield?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, it was
Super
just stop
glue
it.
for flesh.
People could like carry it around with them.
Yeah. All right.
Good to go.
Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like silicone almost, but
Mm.
probably not silicone. Yeah, because we've had that for a while.
I wonder what would stop the blood. It would have to contract all the little.
And it would have to adhere to the skin.
Yeah. Well,
amidst
but
the blood.
battlefields of the future, human beings won't be involved.
So it'd just be robots. What's the point then? What are we proving?
Well, I don't know.
Our robots are dead.
What's the point of war to begin with? Explain that to me, and then we'll move on to.
But I guess that war is just to prove that you're better than someone else, but then
But,
I can
you
just
know,
whittle it down to like
I was
a
telling you,
chest.
I'm reading this book by the
It's to
futurist,
express your religious differences.
by the futurist guy, and if you don't have to be a genius, just look around you and see what's going on, and then just think of, okay, where is that gonna go? So, for example, we're now trying to take ISIS out with drones and stuff like that. So just think, where is that gonna go? Well, one logical place it's gonna go is that warfare will be totally conducted like a video game. Why not? Why wouldn't it be?
I think I've seen some science fiction movies about that.
Of course.
Well, actually, science fiction is more truth than future truth.
It's getting there, yeah.
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 Actually, if you look at Star Wars and Star Trek, a lot of that stuff has come true.
We have
Or is-
lightsabers and
or-
intergalactic
They did.
spaceships
They
and...
have made lightsabers.
No, they haven't.
Like 2 months ago, they made a lightsaber.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Prove it.
But we have we almost have tricorders, you know, the thing that
Like 75 cents?
Dr. McCoy would, you know,
Oh,
would scan.
well, they have thermometers now that you just push over your forehead.
Well, they have the infrared thermometers that you point a laser at something, it tells you how hot it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Your baby sick, like the laser at him.
Yeah. You're a sick baby?
So it's a good science fiction writer is a fortune teller.
Nostradamus.
When I used to pay attention to what was going on with science fiction and kids and then started to watch all
A
of that.
lightsaber. See?
Finally invented the, wait, what, is this a credible website? Time? I've never heard of Time. Does it have a video of like this thing actually working? Because it's just like all text, like, oh yeah, we did it for sure. Made in MIT.
Oh, what do those guys know about anything?
Okay, well, it's definitely not practical.
What? I didn't say it was practical.
They just made like little particles of it, and it was in a chamber that was only a few degrees above absolute. This isn't a lightsaber. This is not a lightsaber. I win.
Gotta start somewhere though.
That's true. That's the beginnings of a lightsaber. I'll slow down. Slow down. What are you doing now? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the problems I was talking about earlier. Put that in front of your face, you just shut down. She probably doesn't even know we're here right now. What are you mad at me for?
The kids walk around campus with their phone in front of their faces.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's tell them that. Let's tell them how hard it is to ride a bike around campus.
It's so hard, and people get so mad at people who ride bikes and skateboards around campus because they think it's inconvenient. But if they just paid attention, and people will like try to dodge bikes, but it's like, no, just keep walking. Like,
The bike will dodge you.
I will dodge you.
Yeah.
You moving is going to make this harder. for
No
both of
bike
us.
lanes that you can use.
Just
No.
sidewalks.
That'd be nice. Bike
Yeah.
lanes.
And people use longboards instead of skateboards because apparently skateboarding is illegal in Muncie. Did you know that?
Is that why everybody
Riding a
does it?
skateboard is illegal in
What's a
Muncie. If you
longboard?
go, it's just a longer skateboard. If you go on Ball State Parking, if you go on the Ball State Parking page, it'll show, or like Ball State, like parking services, it'll show all the different types of tickets you can get, and the last one says skateboarding.
A longboard
So a
is
long-
basically
so
a
a long-
skateboard.
But
A longer
technically,
skateboard,
skateboarding
they think
is
it's
illegal.
legal?
Apparently,
I've seen Damani Arnold rolling around on his skateboard.
I know. But
And his
apparently
roller
they do ticket people for it.
That would be lame.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Hey kid, stop! Come back!
Hey, you're not polluting the air. What's the problem here?
It's the man. It's a power thing.
I don't know what it is about phones, but have you ever noticed that when somebody is talking, there's a class of people that do this. They're talking on their cell phone and they just wander aimlessly around. They'll like have, you know, an area as big as this room, and they just pace around it, oblivious to
I don't do it
anybody else.
obliviously, but I pace when I talk on the phone.
I do it too.
Sometimes my mom will call me when I'm like at the store and I just walk up and down aisles because I don't want to just like stand still in the grocery store and talk on my phone because my mom just called me, so I just kind of walk down an aisle. So I'm staying moving and not in anybody's way.
Why don't you get the stuff you need in the store?
Well, what's wrong with
I mean,
staying?
if I still have stuff to do, I
What's
will.
wrong with staying in one spot?
You look
Because if you like
a-
stand in front of a shelf, then you're gonna be in
Well, you
somebody's
could stand
way.
off to the side where you're out of the way.
I guess you could.
What's wrong with walking around?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
nothing's wrong with walking around if you're oblivious, but when you're
Oblivious.
Oblivious.
Is oblivious a word?
If I could just
Strive to be
word, I would
oblivious.
start using it all the time.
But if you're oblivious, I guess where this annoyed me the most was airports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
So
bad.
the guy would be
And they talk so
trying to
loud.
impress
like we
you
all
with
wanna know
how
what
important
they're
he
talking
was.
about.
Yeah, talking loud, pacing all over, not oblivious at all,
Mm-mm.
completely oblivious.
The opposite.
And gesturing.
Gesturing? He's putting on a performance?
Yeah. Like his phone call was choreographed.
I was also telling him I don't use my phone a lot.
It's annoying. Okay.
See?
You don't even have.
I
Right now
I
it's dead.
respect not wanting to use
my
your
phone.
phone a lot. It's when I can't get a hold of you for like 3 days that it becomes a little bit of an issue.
Hey, you can call my friends.
I do. I have to call your roommates to get a hold of you.
And
That's-
it's a system
Your
that
sister,
works.
okay, his sister calls me instead of calling him 9 times out of 10. She called me the other day and I answered and she said, "Hello, is this Isaac's secretary?"
And I appreciate that.
She said, but that time she said, she was asking if, she called to ask if we could do Thanksgiving at his mom's on Thanksgiving night. And she said, yeah, I texted Isaac and he just said, I don't think that far in advance, so I decided to call you.
Seems to work so far.
As long as you have people
That's
You
true.
don't have to
care of
use that
Yeah.
annoying phone at all.
No, I
Call
don't.
my
I just
people.
talk to people face to face, and they whittle away on the fancy technology that they need so very much.
Yeah, there was a time when people weren't instantly available, you know, and nobody
I know.
got mad.
But I mean,
Now you can't lose their minds.
now people are available. Like, I understand, like, they didn't used to be, but people are now. Like, everybody is now.
Mhm.
I don't want to be now.
Well, so
Oh,
you kind of have to now.
No.
I mean,
I texted you the other night, and I'm very slow with texting, so it was a long text for me. It was like 3 sentences, you know? And I texted you, and before I could put the phone back, I was just gonna put it in my office. You replied. I said something to Grandma. It's so too fast. Can't keep up with her.
I either respond immediately or forget to respond for 3 days. It's
Yes.
usually how my texts go.
Ugh.
Because it usually, like, if you send me something with like a bunch of dates and a bunch of stuff to think about, I'll go, okay, when I have a second, like, I'll look at this. And then I've already read it, so it doesn't pop up as like something to think about and I forget.
My
Well,
big
your phone
big
should be
mistake
smarter
is not
than
to
that.
push send. I'll dictate the text and not forget to push send.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what happened with the dessert.
Yeah.
I just don't use the thing at all.
Well,
I
you know, that is a holdover from old technology.
But you are also the person who said, I hate my smartphone. I'm going to downgrade to a flip phone. And
And then I
then
had to re-upgrade.
you upgraded again because
That's
you
true.
hated it.
I didn't hate it. It's just I needed the smartphone because of the era we live in, and sometimes I'd have to get on Facebook to do things.
Or sometimes you
My
just
favorite
scroll
phone is
through
the flip
Facebook.
phone.
I mean, you've
I mean,
got
I do
apps
now,
on your
now that it's
phone
on
that you
there.
just scroll through and look at funny pictures. Don't act like
I
everybody's
don't have
making you use
I don't
your
have
phone.
that. I don't have that app on my phone. I have a game on my phone that is a mathematical sequence game that I play often, and I have chess. Ooh, I'm fancy.
Mathematical sequence.
No Angry
Yeah,
Birds, huh?
It's like it's weird. I can't explain.
Is it an iPhone?
It's a Droid, an LG Optimus Elite.
Ooh, sounds
It
fancy.
sounds pretty scary.
It's not platinum though, is it?
No,
Oh, well.
it's black and scratched.
Look at it this way, Isaac, you keep your phone off, you're not utilizing the money that you spend every month to have that phone.
I don't spend the money. I guess I am kind of wasting it. Oh.
Oh, now he's just gonna get rid of the phone.
I don't know. I could just. I could probably get rid of it, and then I wouldn't need an excuse. I could just say I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
And then everybody would get rid of you at some point.
Carry
The thing
pictures.
is, if you're not gonna have a home phone, you need to pay attention to your cell phone. Is mine, and nobody has a home phone anymore.
Can. Do
So
they,
you have to pay attention.
can
to
you
your
still
cell
get a
phone.
home phone?
We have one.
Really?
Mhm.
I want a home phone. How much is a home phone?
I don't know. You guys probably get it with your cable bill. Honestly, you just
It's
don't
already
know.
there.
Probably.
I'm gonna get a home phone, and you can call me home.
Okay.
Okay. And then when I'm out and about, I don't have to worry about people trying to interrupt my day with their needs.
I don't think I could do without a smartphone, because I use it in ways that I don't even think about anymore. Like, I still don't know how to get around this area very well,
Yeah.
but I don't have to, because I got a phone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why I have one.
The thing that annoys me about the phone is it doesn't give you enough information. The computer gives you more. When you do a search or something.
Really?
I mean, it should be
Yeah,
the same
depends.
browsing
Yeah.
experience.
Like,
the same thing.
well, an example
Well, a
would
lot of
be-
websites, well, most websites, there are two versions.
Yeah.
A mobile
Yeah.
and a desktop. Or
And
whatever
the
it's called.
mobile is more compact, more.
But that'll go away, those will merge eventually. The first website I ever created, they didn't even have an option for, do you want this to be a mobile site too, and now they all do.
So you got the tree all decorated, now you just gotta give me a Christmas list.
Yeah.
Okay.
The remote start thing, that might be a challenge.
I've
So I
done a
don't know
little
enough.
research, but not enough to actually find anything out.
I'll look into it too, but I
Doesn't your
think you
phone
probably.
start your car?
That's I would like
I think
for
you
it.
ads on
can get an
TV.
app.
Oh,
that-
oh,
Yeah,
sure.
all the remote, most of the remote starts now are apps rather
Sure.
than actual buttons. I just want so badly to be able to get up in the morning and like start my car while I'm getting ready.
So it warms up,
Yeah,
Well,
especially during this new polar vortex.
yeah, because I have a really bad like the last few days, and it's probably just because it's like newly winter and I'm still getting used to it. I've been a little bit late in the mornings because I just haven't processed yet. Like I have to get up and turn my car on, so then I have to scrape my car off, and it would be great if I did not have to do that.
well,
Plus there's
living on campus, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah. Plus, there's very little that especially big things that I just need right now. So I would be asking you guys for very little and not much
It's
variety.
okay, we could give you very little.
I mean, if you would like to, that's fine. I just figured you were gonna want a little more variety in a Christmas list.
There would be something that like plugs into the cigarette lighter and stuff.
Isaac,
It's kind of aesthetically pleasing, I think.
Do you?
you never know.
Some flying saucer.
The latest hat.
That's. I better not.
Well, if you want something really big, this would solve all your problems. Just ask for like a new Lexus.
Oh, okay. So for Christmas, I'd like a new.
Because
Actually,
wouldn't
I
it
kind of just
also
like
be,
another RAV4, just like a new one.
well, that's what I'm talking about.
It's
The
like style.
Lexus makes a version of the RAV4, only it would have remote start, heated seats,
Okay.
cooled seats,
Yeah, that's what I'd like,
heated
guys.
mirrors,
That's what I'd like.
heated mirrors.
Cold seat sounds like something.
Wouldn't
I'd
we
want.
all? I just want a heated toilet seat.
That's all.
That's all I need. I don't need a home or food.
You can tell who's up during the night.
And what she's doing when she gets up.
It's blaring cold at 3 in the morning.
You okay?
I'm sleepy.
You're always sleepy.
Who's driving?
Me.
Probably Isaac, because Dad's calling me on the way home, so.
I put the blanket from the couch in the closet and thought, now this might be stupid. This is gonna come out again.
Your dad's calling in a few minutes.
Is it almost 8?
Almost 8.
So
So So Norma, look, see how you'd like this. The big screen,
Do you want to see
It's-
how the
it's
touch
easier to see.
how the touch thing works?
yeah, sure.
This is big.
So I wake it up, put my thumb on it, and it unlocks.
See, I can't do that. Let me try.
Well, you shouldn't be able to unless your thumbprint's been entered.
Try again, it says. Okay.
But you can also
There
still
should be like a,
you can still type in the number if you want to. So like if the thumbprint thing, because sometimes I'll like the other
It's a
day.
fail-safe.
The other day, I had just gotten out of the bath and my fingers were prony and it wasn't working. So like I had to
So you have
I
a
had
backup.
put
So
it
to
in there.
actually type in the whole
And
number.
whenever you turn on your phone, if it's been off, you have to put in the number rather than just the thumbprint read.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But then after that, you're fine.
Does it take as long to turn on as the iPhone 5?
I don't know. I never noticed an issue with the iPhone 5, so I guess I didn't notice.
I
it
get
first.
impatient with it.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. Let's see how long it takes to turn on. Wait for it to turn all the way off.
Spinning circle.
This is exciting.
Oh, it's a side button now, huh?
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's all the way off. Oh no, it's not all the way off yet. Now that we're waiting, it's gonna seem like it takes forever.
yep,
That's the way I feel about
boy, it does take forever.
mine, yeah.
Jeez.
That might even be longer than mine.
I also have a lot more on my phone. You know, I've got 128 gigs, so.
It's a lot of gigs.
Is it still that?
That's what you gotta do, you just gotta drop it on the table.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, you can peruse, it's not that much different.
Hey,
Hmm.
Did you get a case?
you're good.
Or have you
I
not?
did, I got a case.
Is it clear? Is that what I'm
It's
looking
clear,
at?
yeah, and it's got blue. It's just kind of rubbery. I didn't get a nice one, but my phone came so much earlier than I thought it would. So I kind of I didn't want to activate it until I got a case.
Well, so maybe you have cases on your Christmas
Maybe I
tree.
do, yeah.
Maybe a Giants case.
Maybe.
Oh, you could have all kinds of Giants or World Series
I'm
cases
sure I
for an
could.
iPhone 6. Yeah, that's mostly what they have,
Mhm.
actually. But you might not want to make
How come it doesn't
that
select?
statement with your phone.
I only have one page because I have everything put into folders.
Oh. You're much more organized than I am.
I wasn't on my old one, but I got this one and it was like, make folders. And I said, okay.
So it's just like a computer. You have category, like you might have games.
Mhm.
There's one folder and all your games
Yeah, I
are in
can-
that folder.
I can show
Oh,
you.
or social networking is in one.
You can make whatever
Shopping
folders.
is one.
I have an entire folder for food.
I have like a shopping folder, a
So I
games
got-
folder,
I got like a utilities folder.
and yeah.
And then this is stuff that Apple puts on there that I'm just not really going to use. So I just put it in a folder. Shopping, social media,
Well, okay.
baking.
You think that's more efficient
Video.
than swiping between?
It's more
Pages?
organized.
Yeah, because when you swipe, it's hard to look at all those apps and find the one that you want.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
not
it
any-
wasn't.
And they change on, I don't know about your phone, but they change positions on mine every once in a while. Like my texting,
You might
Mine
accidentally do
will
that.
jump someplace else.
Because you can do, if you hold this down, no, not down. How do you, if you double tap. No, not if you double tap. How
No, if you hold it down.
Yeah, you hold it down.
Yeah, there
You can like change the order of where things are.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
know
so you
that.
might just accidentally do that. I've accidentally done it before.
Yeah, I can't believe it changes on its own. Well,
But for
that's
example, like,
interesting. I hadn't thought about that, but I know where my icons are.
well, no, I do too. But for example, for me, like, I rarely play games, but I've got a bunch of them. And so having them in their own folder kind of out of the way makes sense because I'm not
I like that.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Like I've got all the San
But
Francisco
the,
transportation
but
in one
the way
folder.
I've got my phone organized is the stuff I use the most, it's on the first page, and I
Yeah.
know where it is.
That's how I had my old one.
So folders wouldn't help me.
Well-
But things that I don't use very often, that would be,
Like
And
the San
also-
Francisco transportation, I had, you know, the different muni things and all that.
yeah.
And so that's all in one folder.
Well, and
That's
also
a good- that's a
on
good
my
idea.
old phone, I didn't
That's a
have
good
that many
idea.
apps, so it wasn't a big deal to not have them organized. But now that I've got 128 gigs, I'm downloading apps more freely, and so I've got more, and so it just makes sense to organize them a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That really isn't as big as my screen, is it?
I
Yeah, I
have no
think so.
idea how big your screen is.
Your phone feels bigger to me.
The new Samsungs are huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might as well have a tablet.
Mine is pretty small by comparison.
But I mean, I don't. If you look at it, obviously mine's set up differently than yours. just 'cause
Do
it's my
something
phone.
where I can see the type.
Okay. Let's go to like this news site that I showed Isaac. So like the text, is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, that's bigger.
Yeah.
There is a way on mine that I can make the text bigger.
Oh,
I mean, you
guess-
can zoom
I guess
in
my
usually.
screen is
Yeah.
wider, but not as long.
And yours is thicker.
Well, my phone is definitely thicker. These iPhones,
Are
yeah,
thin.
see, I'm just looking at the viewing area, not the phone itself. So mine's a little bit wider, but I think it's a little bit longer too. So it's a little bit bigger. But that's a much better size than the old ones.
And then
Yeah, that's much more readable.
if you want to see like the keyboard, here it is.
That's comparable, I think. No,
Oh,
it's
I bet
Yeah.
that's- I
It's
bet that's
comparable
way-
to mine if you turned it on the side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet that's way bigger than.
Well, and
yours.
here's another cool thing. If you start to type, oh wait,
Uh-huh.
I have it turned off. Let's see. If you start to type, it makes suggestions as you're typing. So like this is
Oh, you
like
mean
how I
my Samsung
usually.
is done from the
No, okay,
beginning?
the iPhone 5 does that too, but this is an upgrade to it. It's more
It does it no
intuitive.
more, yeah. And so it also has learned like if there's a sentence that I write a lot, it'll like suggest the next
Oh,
one.
you mean like my Samsung is done? No, I, actually, not from the beginning, but fairly early on, I downloaded this program called SwiftKey,
Mm-hmm.
which does all that.
Yeah.
It's really, and it's heuristic, you know, so it
Mhm.
learns.
Well, and
And it's
then
very good.
if you want to like dictate a message.
But Emily, sorry, that was built into the iOS, right?
Yeah.
Right from the get-go.
Yeah.
That's good.
So like it types as you're talking. So if you wanted to, hi, how are you doing?
Oh, that's cool.
Did it get, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That would really help because I get tired of it not it's not typing out exactly what it says. They have to get the little cursor to go right back. So.
Mhm. Well, and then you can, if you do that, and say you say something and realize that it screwed up, you can hit done in the middle, backspace, and then just keep going.
And fix it on the fly, you mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, my fix is always after I've done the whole text and I look back and think, oh crap.
Yeah, so on this one, if you just talk a little slower and let it catch up to you as you're going, you can fix it as it happens.
Let me see the button on yours. Found a ring on the floor. Oh, it is from the phone. It doesn't feel like it fits.
Shall I put him on speakerphone or what?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hello. Pre-Thanksgiving, we're sitting here around the table. I'm putting you on speaker.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're here.
Hi.
Isaac, I think
Hey,
Isaac.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, okay, Yeah. Are you guys eating?
We
No.
just finished.
Oh, good. Okay, so my timing is okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
They kissed the cook. There's not a bit left.
What'd you say, Mom?
I said they kissed the cook, there's not a bit left.
Oh, okay.
And Emily,
Swedish meatballs, I can't imagine why there would be anything left.
yeah, and Emily provided the dessert.
Oh, what'd you bring in?
I made red velvet cake cookies and I made s'mores croissants.
And what croissant?
S'mores?
Oh, yum.
Yeah. So it was like cinnamon and sugar on a croissant with chocolate chips and marshmallows rolled up in them.
Oh.
It was really easy. It was.
Recipe, and you will have some for me at some point.
Oh yeah, it was way easy, and I was really impressed with how good it was. I thought it was gonna be kind of like, this is pretty good, but they're pretty darn good.
Did you get it off Pinterest or something?
Yeah, I did.
I figured you might have.
That's where I got the red velvet cake cookies too.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Oh man, yeah, save those recipes. That sounds like I wanna have that.
I will. They were both easy too. They were very, very easy.
That's the best kind.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, good. So do you open presents yet?
What?
Thanksgiving presents?
Just kidding.
No, but she and Isaac decorated the tree for me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Is Isaac there?
Yeah, he's in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. How's the tree look?
It looks okay. It looks good. I mean,
Oh, nobody's raving about it.
well, it's a tree. When you get to looking at the details of it, it is quite a bit nicer than our other tree. But you know, once you get it's all lighted and you get all the ornaments on, it's really hard to tell. You could put up a green pipe cleaner there, and it would be about the same thing. But this tree, the old tree, would have like a rod, branch, quote unquote, coming out from the trunk
Right.
with just the bristle things on it.
Yeah.
Well, this one has a rod, a branch that comes out from the trunk, and then that branches into two other branches.
Oh,
And then the tips, not the interior stuff are still the bristle things, but the tips are actually molded from, they say, a real tree. So the outside of it looks very realistic.
oh,
You know.
that's cool.
Well, it's cool. I think the coolest things are the
Lights
LED.
look good?
Huh?
Do the lights look good?
The lights look very good.
The lights are LEDs,
Right.
and you can make them change colors and stuff, but we just got them on multicolored steady.
So you said it has a twinkle setting. Is that like the random twinkle?
No,
No,
they all blink on and off at once. It's really not attractive.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why they even make lights like that.
Well, because they can't do otherwise. To get them to twinkle randomly, you have to build that into the bulb currently. And so,
Can you get trees that do that?
well, maybe, but see, there's like 800 lights on this tree. So you just can't run 800 wires just for control, You got enough wires just to power the things up.
we could add strings of lights to it to twinkle.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know you can do that.
But we're not going
Buy
to.
more every year, just in case they're gonna not be available next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I love those. Those are my favorite kinds of lights.
They're hard to find.
Look,
Well, Lowe's always has them.
Yeah?
Has had them for the last bunch of years.
look at the lights go on and on.
If you're decorating your house
Yeah.
and want to use some Christmas stuff of mine, you're welcome to.
Okay, I don't know if we are because I'm not sure how much we're all going to be home. I know Miranda's going to be home all break, but I'm planning on going home a bit, and I think Richie is too. So I know we've got like a little Christmas tree, and I think we're going to hang stockings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, it's there for you if you wanted the light.
Okay, yeah.
You say it's there for her, but I do not know where it is.
Okay,
And there's a considerable mound of stuff in the basement.
the green and red bins, I went down to look so I could get some of your ornaments.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they are at the bottom of the stacks of things. They're where you can see them, but I would have had to move too many things.
Well, if you can see them, I could get to them. I wasn't thinking, when I stacked that stuff, I should have been thinking in terms of,
Yeah, you may want to, I mean, I hate to have you do this, but some of those, a few of those Christmas things are ornaments, and the pins are
Yeah.
If there's heavy stuff stacked on top of them.
Oh,
Oh, there,
They'll get crushed.
no, there probably isn't. I was pretty careful about that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But what I wasn't careful about, well, in some cases I was, but in a lot of cases I wasn't, was, putting the stuff in the middle of the pile where I couldn't get to it. It might be near the top, but it's in the middle where I can't get to it.
Right. Well, yeah,
Anyway, we're doing fine.
some of those ornaments are precious, you know?
Oh, yeah, well, they're not
Stuff you can replace, but, you know.
they're not gonna get destroyed, don't worry.
Yeah.
well, at some point I'll take pictures of everything and put them on the computer.
At some point.
At some point. Right now, you can't even step around in my office.
Yeah, that at some point list is pretty long now, isn't it?
It's gotten shorter because my sticky notes on the computer disappeared. I had to start my list all over again.
Hey, that's a great idea for a to-do list.
I have no idea what was on there.
I said, you're getting better night's sleep.
That was a one in a row. I did not sleep well last night.
Well, yeah, but you've had a couple recently.
I have 2 in 2 weeks, I think.
Well, it's better than
Yeah,
before, right?
yeah. But the thing is, it's not just my leg that I had surgery on that bothers me. The other one is really much worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I move at night, I have to wake up and move my leg myself.
Yeah.
Well, that gives you hope for the other one when you get it done.
Yep.
Then it'll be better.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it, I think.
Yeah, there you are. There you are.
Mixed feelings,
The goal is to run to our seats in section 314, row 8.
Up the stairs and everything.
Fortunately, marathon season is until next summer.
She'll be ready. She'll be ready.
Yeah, yeah, good, good. Well, at least it's getting a little better, and hopefully you're on the downhill slide with at least the one leg.
Well, I know when we see you this time, it won't be so hard to sit.
Oh, good.
The back of my leg isn't nearly as sore.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yeah,
That was a major problem.
yeah, it was a very good thing.
That's definitely a major problem.
Well, Kenny, it went to 50 degrees here today and all the snow is gone. How about up there?
Oh, yeah, we're in the middle of the big melt.
Uh,
It was nice today. It wasn't sunny, but it was a lot warmer.
a lot
Yeah,
warmer.
here too. I mean, it was still cold, but it wasn't painful and frigid.
You didn't go outside and do the track, did you?
No, no. I'm gonna beg off of that unless there's a reason or unless it's sunny and warm.
Do you have to walk outside from the rec area back to the unit?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that could be, when you're all wet from being on the treadmill, that could be.
Yeah, but you're also really hot. And
It's only
warm,
3
you know.
minutes.
So
Yeah.
a short walk like that actually feels pretty good.
Sometimes stepping outside right after you've worked out is actually really nice.
Yeah, even when it's in the 30s, it feels really good.
Mhm.
I can sit and read a book for 20 minutes and feel wonderful.
Mhm.
Yeah, drippy and wet, but in a t-shirt and shorts, it feels really good.
Are you ready for me to send any more books?
I just started the McCartney book, so maybe yeah, because that one's a hard one to carry around.
Yeah.
And I'm a little tired of carrying, large and/or oddly shaped books around.
Uh-huh.
So I've usually got two going. I'm sort of reading that History Secrets book,
Yeah.
which is easy to carry around, but wow, I just wrote you back, Dad, on your email. I got your email about Hans Bauman,
Yeah.
who doesn't seem to have been alive when the book was published.
Well, there are several Hans Baumans. It's not that unusual a name.
Yeah.
But really the only one that's an author is the guy who died in 1988. So I'll do some more looking, but I'm thinking that some right-wing organization has, I'm thinking that some right-wing organization has sort of commandeered his identity and is using him as a cover. I don't really have evidence of that, but it's just, it's very fishy so far what I'm finding.
Yeah, it's
Well, but look, I mean, if he's a climate denier and he thinks the Civil War was about taxes and not slavery, he's got some kind of a screw loose or some kind of agenda someplace.
Yeah.
Well,
You know.
so just read him with a big grain of salt.
Oh, I am. He's just someplace to put my eyes. Once of the day, you know what I mean? So, it's fine. I see why it looked interesting. I see why you bought it, Mom, because it should have been interesting.
Yeah,
But you never know what you're going to buy, and I hope you didn't spend real money on it, you know?
I don't.
I hope this was one of the 75-cent books.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing that smells fishy is that it gets very good reviews.
Yeah, that's what I said. I wonder if the reviews are genuine, because
Yeah,
the other thing about it is it is just chock full of typos.
oh, really?
And I never trust books. I mean, you know, not typos that affect the accuracy necessarily, but just spelling errors.
So, you know, that probably means that it's self-published, no editor.
It could be.
Because this is what editors do, among many other things.
Of course, yeah.
Huh.
Even they miss stuff sometimes, but this is just chock full.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a pretty good supply of books
It was
here.
like, it was something that happened in, I don't know, 18 something, and he wrote 19 one time, and I had to go back and go, oh, well, huh.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's a pretty big error.
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe it's self-published. People are doing that these days. So.
Well, most of these oddball books
Before we
I,
go any further, Em, I'm calling you later tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay, about, what, 9:45, or you want me to call them later?
No, 9:45 should be fine. We're leaving here between 9 and 9:30, so really anytime after 9:30 is fine.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to allow you a little time in case you got a little late.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have Isaac drive back, so we'll be
Oh,
fine.
good, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna ask him to drive back.
Mm.
I'm gonna have him drive
The
back.
Echo movie here,
What?
remember that? Earth to Echo?
Oh yeah.
Not good.
No, I didn't see it.
No, it's
I-
80% Blair Witch Project and 20% E.T. without any of the charm or story.
Yeah, I did go see the new Hunger Games movie last night with Miranda and Richie.
No, was that good?
It was very good. It was very, very good.
Have you seen Interstellar?
I haven't yet. We've a bunch of us have been talking about taking a trip to either the IMAX here or the Indie IMAX and seeing it there. We just haven't really had time when we're all free.
You better do it.
I know. Finding time when we're all free is a lot harder than it sounds.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because everybody is just as busy as I
Or
am.
see it twice, you know,
Yeah.
with other people. We can talk about that later.
Mhm.
Okay, well, what else?
do you want me to send you more if I have a Sarah Val or what do you think?
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Okay,
Yeah, she's fun.
okay.
Yeah, whatever, just a mix.
Do you have, did you get Unfamiliar Fishes?
I just, you know, I can't carry those around as easily.
Yeah.
So I like the big books because then I can leave one here and you know, read it at night. So I'll still read them, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, of the ones you asked me for, the only reason I haven't gotten something is because it's not in paperback yet.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All right.
get cut off.
Okay,
But I'll email you and we'll figure out another time to call.
okay,
I'll call you in a little bit now.
Okay.
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 Love
All
you.
right, have a good
Okay.
evening, guys.
Love
Yeah.
ya.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, my favorite reviewer in the Chronicle did not like Hunger Games.
Really, I thought it was great. I
Well,
thought it was really great.
He liked the first one,
Mhm.
and he thought, is it Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he thought that was the first one was a good vehicle for her, and he
Mhm.
said, in his opinion, obviously, they really wasted her in the second one, that she just doesn't have a
This is the
significant
third
part.
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that she
Really?
just doesn't have a significant enough part, and he was
She.
disappointed because
She's
he
the
thought
main
she was great.
character.
Yeah, she's still the main character,
Yeah.
and yet they didn't give her really anything to do.
Yeah, why are you bringing
Oh no, I
that up?
think the opposite. I saw the first one and She was good, but I wasn't totally sold on her in the role. And this new one, I thought she was great. I thought she was fantastic.
Well, a reviewer is their opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think you liked Interstellar very much either.
I've heard good things.
I've heard good things.
I have.
Yeah, I have too.
What's
And of
it
course,
about?
both those are
Talk
doing
about
lots of.
It's about like finding like
A new Earth to
Yeah.
live on.
I
But
wanna
you
know what
will, you
happened
will
with the
like, and
information
you
they got
realize
on
the
the
fact
site.
that he absolutely ripped the ending of Gone Girl.
good. Well, I mean,
Just, he said, an otherwise captivating thriller,
that's
and the
how the
ending
book ends.
is-
It's like
Right.
you can't change that.
Why, did the author just kind of get tired of writing and,
Well,
wind up-
they don't know. People
But
don't
the
know.
thing is,
So,
too,
you know.
I don't know that it was a good thing that the author of the book wrote the screenplay. I think that was probably a bad decision.
Well, now I haven't seen it.
Because all their screenplay,
But
they'll
what I've
change the
heard
ending.
and read is that, the book, the
Might
movie
be-
does follow the book,
What was the book
but-
in such a boring way, though?
huh?
So
What was
happens
the book
when you
in such
take
a
narcotics.
like
Oh, does it?
the book is really like
Put these away.
exciting and like adventurous, but the
Oh, is it
movie just
sorry, would you?
dragged. Yeah, the movie just dragged.
Oh. Yeah, and I agree, if the movie is gonna follow, the book, then you have to take that ending, but I think my guy sort of implies that, you know, movies don't always follow books,
Yeah,
and the movie would have been a chance to correct what in his opinion
but when you've got
was a
the
grievous error.
when you've got the author of the book writing the screenplay,
Well,
you better believe it's going to be true to the book. Do you guys want any of these? These pictures?
Sure,
Okay.
but not all of them.
How many should I leave you?
Well, I would take like 3.
Right? Okay.
You want some?
Couple,
No?
yeah.
The thing is, if you leave all of them, I would eat all of them. That's not good.
Emily,
Grant.
we need to talk about checks,
Checks. Okay.
All checks.
like those you don't deposit.
I deposited it late, but I deposited it.
As of about a week ago, it had not shown up in my account.
I deposited it about a week ago.
Okay. I need you to deposit them sooner because remember how I talked about you can only write 3 checks out of that account?
Yes.
So I need to know when they're going through.
Okay.
Um,
I will start depositing them when I get them.
Can you mail in deposits? Because that's a quick one.
I can take a picture on my phone and
Oh,
deposit.
Yeah, I thought you could.
Okay. Yeah, because that way, that, you know, as soon as you get it, you can do it. It's instant.
I thought you could. That's what Patrick does, you know, with checks. I
Yeah.
send him checks.
Do you want this last croissant?
Oh, leave it. Something good will happen to it.
I kind of figured as much. Grandma, this is your bowl, but I don't remember whether you told me to keep it or bring it back.
No, that one bring that.
Bring it back,
That
okay.
was the other six I said.
Okay. Well, I brought the cookies in it, just in case.
That's not my bowl.
It's not? It might not be.
No, that's not.
Okay.
Doesn't look familiar.
No, I'm missing a bunch of round bowls. I got the lids, but I don't have the bowls. I don't know what happened.
Huh. Well, I definitely didn't take anything without a lid.
Yeah, it's the strangest thing, right?
Well, if you have the
4 or 5
lids but
lids.
not the bowls, I'll make you guess what happened. You lost the bowls.
Yeah, but how do you lose a plastic bowl?
Oh, so this is a string of questions. I thought
Yes.
if I answered the one, I'd be off the hook.
Will you, grab that napkin, wipe off the face mask, and put it in this drawer right here? Is your point?
Okay,
Do you see where, do you know where to go?
yeah.
He's going there too.
See if this thing is still going. Hey, it is. You're on camera.
Am I?
Yeah, and every word you have uttered is recorded right here, including the under the breath stuff.
I don't think I could hear much of that.
Oh no, I put it on enhanced.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, well then I'm in trouble.
Yeah?
You're not gonna want to re-watch this past hour. I said that
Just
sentence.
depends on if we wanna blackmail you or not.
Well, anyway, Emily, I have your next check for you,
Okay, awesome.
and I have 2 hand towels for you.
Oh, okay,
Right there.
thank you.
You know the ones that ham that your dad used to buy, the brown things?
No, probably not. There's some little problems going on with our fridge, so we haven't figured it out, so I haven't been trusting putting things in it. Thank you.
So good.
What's that?
Put those so good.
Okay. Well, I should take a picture of the tree.
Yes, you could. There we go. Well, now I can officially start listening to Christmas music.
I suppose you can.
Are you playing with a phone?
I'm playing solitaire, yes. I am a hypocrite in
I
this
have
one.
that on mine too.
I should say you are.
About the only time I use the solitaire on my phone though is when I'm doing therapy and I have to just lay there, nothing to do.
I love that one.
Fuck you.
I think I will lose.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh, that tree looks nice, guys, thank you.
Thanks. We're professionals.
Aren't you though? I like the angel. Oh, thank you.
You know who you can thank for the angel because one of us would not be able to reach that.
Yeah, only one person in the room that can reach it. So when it comes time to take it down, guess who needs to be here?
We have stools.
Yeah.
Emily,
Yeah,
you can wait and take this some other time, but this is for your mom.
for my mom. Okay, you can take it.
I'm so proud of the way it looks.
It looks very nice.
What's that?
The package on the chair
Oh,
for Mary.
yeah, the tree looks very nice.
Hooray! Oh,
I hope it looks as nice many years to come. I don't want to buy another one.
I was telling Grandpa that Minnie and Leonard, June's parents,
yeah.
after the girls were both gone, you know, Christmas was pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
And decorating the tree was even tougher.
Yeah.
So they just decided to leave the tree decorated,
Mm-hmm.
and Leonard found some way to put it in a bag or a box or something, and each year they just pull it out, ornaments and all.
It's
You can-
definitely.
You can buy those. You can
Yeah,
buy
see, I
pop-up
think
trees.
that goes to my phone, but I can't make it fit the hole.
It doesn't go to your phone. I don't think your phone has this. It could go to Grandpa's though. Can I see your phone?
It was on the floor up here.
I don't recognize that as being from my phone.
Oh no, it wouldn't fit yours.
But it
Do
looks,
you have Dad's?
I do, that might be it.
Because I don't think the 5s have the silver ring around them. It fits my phone. My phone has one though. Do you have any people from the neighborhood who come over who have iPhone 6s?
Nope. You're the only person I know with an iPhone 6.
Does this have a silver
No,
ring around
but
it?
it doesn't have the impression for it to go into either.
No,
You
this
may have
doesn't
to get
either.
that just right.
No, I don't think this is from your
Oh,
phone.
boy, that sure looks like it.
It fits my phone, so
Yeah,
chances are you've had somebody come over here who had a phone that had this ring on it. You know? Even if you didn't know they had a 6, they probably did.
Where'd you find it?
on the floor in front of the
But
coffee.
look,
It perfectly fits her phone.
Where'd it go? I don't get what you doing. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
who was,
Who's been here that had a phone? Out,
it doesn't even, I mean.
I can't think of anybody recently.
I didn't know this things fell off.
I didn't either, I didn't think they could. Maybe it's just something else, maybe it's just something completely different, it's just a coincidence that it happens to fit.
It is
Mhm.
weird.
I think so. The ring on your phone is just a little bit bigger,
Yeah,
and it's beveled in a different way. Strikingly similar shape, though.
mm-hmm.
They're both circles.
Yes,
Yeah.
strange how the
May
circles
not know
look like.
much, but.
But it was just, oh, such a perfect size for it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But I was sure that that's what it had to be. So, Christmas.
Yes, let me look at the calendar.
There's a notice here, Emily will be here for dinner between 7 and 8.
Okay.
didn't change it, huh?
I was afraid it'd change again, so I was waiting for the last incarnation of the date.
Good point.
Okay, what day of the week works best for you?
We're retired.
So, anytime. So,
Okay, after the 12th, right?
after the 12th, so the week of like the 15th,
Yeah, let's see.
probably.
The 15th, we could do it the 15th.
I can't do Sunday,
Okay,
so
can't do the 14th.
I can do the 14th or the 21st, I don't think.
You can't do the 21st?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I can't do the 18th, I got a bunch of medical appointments.
Okay, what about the 19th?
When are we going to Ohio? Are we leaving on the 23rd? No?
Yeah.
How about the 19th?
The 19th.
Friday.
That works.
Okay, let's plan on that. If I realize I have something, I'll let you know, but I don't think that I do.
Okay.
That means that you guys gotta get me this Christmas list, because I have to have time for things to be mailed back. I'm not shopping in stores.
Yeah, that's,
Or they could just have little photos and stuff.
yeah. We've done it before, we can do it again.
It should be done. Take the pill. Turn off the alarm and take the pill. It's not a good thing.
I can't sit here too long.
I'll be asleep.
Oh my god.
See, I typed in CH and it suggested Christmas Day. And the next suggestion that it made without me typing was with. And
Really?
then I typed a
I think you're
capital
lying.
E and it suggested Emily.
Yep.
Future.
It knows too much about you.
Well, that's the thing, that's true. It does, or it,
You should be
you could
frightened.
say too much, or you could say just enough. So we're going up on the 23rd.
Yeah,
Will we actually be able to visit on the 24th?
yes. Oh, wait. No.
So why are we going up on the 23rd?
No, we aren't. I don't know, I have to look.
This is an amazing piece of equipment.
There's something under the table there.
Yeah.
Can you get it, please? I can't.
Is it
get
related to what we're doing?
I don't know, it's some black thing.
Well, if you guys are home on the 23rd, would you be going home earlier or later than that?
Well, now you'll have to ask Grandma, 'cause I don't know
I
what
think-
I don't know what she's saying now.
Let me look at what days of the week they are.
Just to get it a little closer to Christmas, you know, and
Yeah.
a little more time for packages to cover and stuff.